What's the real story behind early 90s Supreme pieces? Imagine walking down a busy New York City street in the mid-1990s. The air is filled with the sounds of skateboards rolling over pavement and music blasting from open windows. You see kids wearing bold, simple clothes with a rebellious attitude. That's the scene where Supreme started. Supreme's story begins in April 1990 for when James Jebbia, an Englishman who moved to New York in the 1980s, opened the first store on Lafayette Street. Before that, Jebbia was involved in the skate and streetwear scene, working at Parachute and co-founding Union New York. But Supreme was different. The store was designed with skaters in mind, with an open space in the middle so kids could ride their boards inside. It wasn't just a shop, it was a hangout spot, a place for skaters to connect and feel part of something bigger. Back then, skate shops in New York were struggling. Many closed quickly because skateboarding was underground and not mainstream. Supreme filled a big gap by offering more than just skateboards and gear. It gave skaters a sense of belonging and identity. The staff were skaters themselves, confident and a little rough around the edges, so the vibe was authentic. Their early clothing reflected this attitude: simple, functional, and loud enough to stand out. Hoodies, t-shirts, and caps all featured the now famous red box logo, but back then, wearing Supreme meant being part of a community, not just following a trend. Supreme grew naturally through word of mouth. The crew's visibility in downtown Manhattan and their appearance in the cult film Kids helped boost their reputation. The clothes became like a uniform for skaters who valued independence and a do-it-yourself spirit. Limited releases and a strategy of not overproducing kept demand high. Each piece felt special because it wasn't mass-produced, making it highly sought after. From a 90s nostalgia point of view, early Supreme pieces are more than just vintage clothes. They are relics of a specific time and place, an era when skate culture was raw and unpolished. For those who lived it, Supreme represented the freedom and creativity of New York's skate scene before it became a global phenomenon. Its connection to music, art, and street culture made it a symbol of authenticity, long before hype culture took over. Today, collectors look for original tags, specific logo placements, and details that match the era's production methods. Authentic early Supreme items are rare and can fetch high prices, reflecting their importance as cultural artifacts. Wearing or owning these pieces is a way to connect with a time when style was about community, attitude, and self-expression, not just labels. So, the real story behind early 1990s Supreme pieces is about authenticity, community, and the unfiltered energy of New York City's skate scene. These clothes weren't just fashion. They were a badge of belonging for skaters who didn't follow trends. That's why even decades later, they still hold so much meaning for those who experienced that time and for new fans discovering the history.